The origin of our world, shrouded in darkness, lost to time, a mystery that has baffled scholars and mystics alike for millennia. Or so we are told. The stories passed down through generations speak of a time when the universe was nothing but an endless void. But some truths refuse to be buried. They persist, hidden in the corners of ancient texts and whispered legends. They linger, like whispers in the blackest depths of space. Echoes of a forgotten past that still resonate in the fabric of our reality. They tell of a time, before light, before the stars themselves were born, before existence as we know it. A primordial era where the concept of life had yet to take form. There was only the void, an endless silent expanse that stretched beyond comprehension, an infinite expanse of nothingness, a canvas of pure potential waiting for the first brushstroke of creation. And within that void, something stirred. A presence, ancient and unfathomable, began to awaken. It wasn't born, not in any way we understand, it simply was. An eternal entity existing beyond the bounds of time and space. An entity of immense power, ancient, malevolent. Its very essence was a force of nature, a dark counterbalance to the light that would one day emerge. Its name, if it ever had one, is lost to the echoes of creation. A mystery as old as the void itself. We know it only as the Devourer, a being whose very existence is a threat to all that is and will be. It slept within the void, a slumber filled with dreams of hunger, dreams that would one day shape the cosmos, dreams that would birth our world. From its restless sleep, the seeds of creation were sown. Dreams that would become our nightmares. For in the heart of creation lies the shadow of the Devourer, ever lurking, ever hungry. The void whispered to the Devourer. It was a soundless call, a beckoning that resonated through the emptiness of space, reaching the very core of the Devourer's being, whispers of a reality beyond its own, a reality that shimmered with possibilities, a place where the boundaries of existence were fluid and ever-changing. A reality teeming with life, with energy, with potential. It was a realm where stars were born and died in a cosmic dance, where planets thrived with life, and where the very fabric of space-time pulsed with vitality. The Devourer listened, its hunger growing. It was a hunger that could never be sated, a void within a void, an insatiable craving for more. It yearned to consume this new reality, to absorb its energy, to make its life force part of its own essence, to make it part of itself. The Devourer envisioned a universe where it reigned supreme, where all energy flowed into it, feeding its endless hunger. But the void was a barrier, impenetrable, unbreakable, or so it seemed. It was a wall that separated the Devourer from its prize, a boundary that defied its every attempt to cross. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. They were no longer just faint echoes in the void. They were a chorus, a symphony of voices that promised a way through. They spoke of a way, a method to transcend the barrier, to pierce the veil that separated the Devourer from the vibrant reality it so desperately craved. A way to pierce the veil, to break through the impenetrable wall and reach the other side, where the energy and life it desired awaited. A way to unleash the Devourer upon the unsuspecting cosmos, to let it loose upon the stars and planets, to let it feed on the very essence of existence. The way was through creation. By using its own essence, its own power, the Devourer could forge a path through the void. The Devourer would use its own essence, its own power to tear open a rift in the void. It would create a wound in the fabric of reality, a passage through which it could pass, a wound in reality itself, a tear that would bleed dark energy, a gateway for the Devourer to enter the new reality. Through this wound, it would pour its hunger into the universe. It would spread its essence, its insatiable craving, into the very heart of the cosmos, consuming all in its path. The Devourer awoke. Its consciousness, vast and terrible, spread through the void. Stars were snuffed out by its passing. Galaxies trembled before its might. It gathered its power, a maelstrom of cosmic energy. The void itself screamed as it was twisted and contorted by the Devourer's will. And then it struck. With a roar that shattered the silence of eternity, the Devourer unleashed its power. A blinding light, brighter than 1,000 suns, erupted from the heart of the void. The fabric of reality buckled and tore. Through the gaping wound, the devourer poured its essence. A torrent of chaos and destruction. The birth pangs of our world had begun. The wound in the void bled. A gaping tear in the fabric of space, seeping with an ominous red glow, as if the universe itself was in pain. A torrent of cosmic matter and energy poured through the rift, swirling, colliding, fusing. It was a chaotic dance of creation and destruction, a ballet of raw power and primal forces, the raw materials of a universe in the throes of creation, elements that would one day form stars, planets and galaxies, now in a state of violent flux. But this was no gentle genesis. It was a cataclysmic event, a violent upheaval that defied the serene images often associated with the birth of a universe. No harmonious symphony of creation. Instead, it was a discordant cacophony, a tumultuous clash of forces that seemed to tear at the very fabric of reality. This was a violent, chaotic birth. Planets and stars were not gently formed, but violently forged in the crucible of cosmic chaos. Fueled by the devourer's hunger and shaped by its will. This dark entity, an insatiable force, consumed and molded the raw materials of the cosmos. Planets were formed in the blink of an eye, emerging from the swirling chaos as if summoned by an unseen hand, only to be crushed by the gravitational pull of nascent stars. Stars ignited, their brilliant light a brief beacon in the darkness, burned bright for a fleeting moment, then went supernova. Their explosive death scattering their stellar remains across the void. Scattering their stellar remains across the void. These remnants, the ashes of once mighty stars, would seed the cosmos with the building blocks of new worlds. And at the heart of this cosmic maelstrom, something began to coalesce. A new entity, born from the chaos, began to take shape. A swirling mass of dust and gas drawn together by the devourer's will. This primordial soup, rich with potential, was the cradle of a new world, drawn together by the devourer's will. This would become Earth. From the chaos, a new home for life was forged, a testament to the relentless forces of creation and destruction. Section 5. A Dance of Destruction. The birth of Earth was a dance of destruction. Asteroids, drawn by the planet's growing gravitational pull, slammed into its surface with terrifying force. Molten rock spewed into space, forming a ring of fire around the nascent world. Volcanoes erupted across the planet's surface, spewing forth rivers of lava and choking clouds of ash. The very air was thick with poisonous gases. This was no cradle of life, this was a crucible of hell. And yet the devourer was pleased. For in this chaos it saw its own image reflected, a world born of violence and destruction, a world ripe for the planting of its seed. Section 6. The Shaping of Chaos. Millennia passed, or perhaps it was eons. Time had no meaning in the newborn universe. The chaotic energies that birthed Earth began to stabilize, albeit reluctantly. The molten surface cooled and solidified, forming a crust of igneous rock. Oceans of liquid water, condensed from the superheated steam that blanketed the planet, began to form. But this was no paradise. The atmosphere was still toxic. The land masses were barren and volcanic, and deep beneath the surface, trapped within the planet's core, the devourer's essence pulsed, a constant reminder of the world's violent birth. Section 7. Seeds of Darkness. The devourer could not remain forever. The rift in the void was closing, its power waning, but it would not leave empty-handed. It would leave behind a part of itself, a seed of darkness to grow and fester in the heart of its creation. It reached deep into the core of the earth, into the maelstrom of molten rock and metal. There, it planted a fragment of its essence, a shard of its consciousness, a sleeping god. This was its legacy, a promise of things to come, a time when the seed would sprout and the devourer would return to claim what was rightfully its. Section 8. Echoes in the Deep. The devourer departed, the rift in the void sealed shut. The universe was left to its own devices. But the memory of that cataclysmic birth lingered, echoed in the whispers of the cosmic microwave background radiation. encoded in the very fabric of space-time. And on Earth, life emerged. Not by design, but by accident, a fluke of chemistry in the primordial soup. Life oblivious to the dark forces that had shaped its world. Life destined to become the plaything of a slumbering god. Section 9, We Are But Dust. We tell ourselves stories of creation, myths of benevolent gods and goddesses, tales of order arising from chaos. But these are lies we whisper to keep the darkness at bay, to give us the illusion of control. The truth is far more terrifying. We are not the children of benevolent creators. We are the offspring of a cosmic horror, born from violence, destined to be consumed. Our world is not our own. It belongs to the devourer, and one day it will return to claim its prize. Section 10. The Unsleeping Eye. So sleep well, children of Earth, while you still can. Enjoy your brief time in the sun, for it is fleeting. For the devourer slumbers, but it does not dream ever. It waits, it watches silently. And when the time is right, it will awaken from its slumber. And on that day, we will learn the true meaning of horror and fear. The eye of the abyss is always watching, never blinking.
Want to stay ahead of the curve on breaking news? Let me show you how. The Wamuzi News app brings the world to you instantly. Get breaking news alerts, trending stories, and exclusive in-depth coverage, all at your fingertips. Whether it's politics, entertainment, sports, or global events, Wamuzi has you covered. Imagine having a personal news assistant, curating the most important stories just for you. With a simple, user-friendly interface, staying informed has never been easier. Missed something big? No worries. Dive into our archives and catch up anytime. And the best part? It's all from a trusted source you can rely on. No more fake news, just pure, unfiltered information. So why wait? Download the Wamuzi News app today and stay ahead of the game. Wamuzi News. Your world, your news, your way. Wamuzi News. Your